The early weeks of May 2025 witnessed a dangerous escalation in the long-simmering conflict between India and Pakistan. Tensions, already high following a brutal terrorist attack in Pahalgam, Indian-administered Kashmir on April 22, 2025, which claimed the lives of 25 tourists and a local guide, reached a fever pitch. India, attributing the attack to elements operating from Pakistani soil, responded with significant military force. This response manifested as Operation Sindoor, a series of coordinated missile strikes launched on a Wednesday morning prior to May 10th. These strikes targeted what New Delhi described as terrorist infrastructure across 9 locations in Pakistan and Pakistan-administered Kashmir, signaling a new, more assertive Indian posture. The Indian missiles found their marks in 6 primary locations, including 4 within Pakistan's Punjab province and 2 key sites in Pakistan-administered Kashmir, Muzaffarabad and Kotli. India later claimed a 7th successful strike in Bimba, also in Pakistan-administered Kashmir. The immediate aftermath was grim, with reports indicating at least 26 fatalities on the Pakistani side, tragically including a 3-year-old child. The international community watched with bated breath as the 2 nuclear-armed neighbors exchanged blows. The situation underscored the volatile nature of the region and the critical role that missile capabilities play in their strategic interactions, demonstrating a willingness to use these assets in response to perceived provocations. Pakistan, in turn, did not remain passive. Islamabad claimed its air defense forces successfully downed 5 Indian aircraft involved in the operation, though New Delhi offered no immediate comment or confirmation of these losses. Simultaneously, Pakistani forces reportedly initiated cross-border firing into Indian-administered Kashmir. This retaliatory fire resulted in further civilian casualties, with at least 10 civilians reported killed on the Indian side. The rapid sequence of attack and counter-attack highlighted the perilous ease with which the situation could spiral out of control, pushing both nations closer to the brink of a wider conflict, a scenario the world desperately hopes to avoid given their nuclear status. These recent events serve as a stark reminder of the hair-trigger environment along the Indo-Pakistani border. The use of missiles by India in Operation Sindoor and Pakistan's subsequent military responses have once again brought the missile capabilities of both nations into sharp focus. The exchange demonstrates not only the destructive potential of these weapons, but also their increasing integration into conventional military responses. As of May 2025, India has also initiated nationwide civil defense drills, a clear indication of its preparation for a potential full-scale conflict, further emphasizing the gravity of the current standoff and the central role of missile arsenals in their respective defense doctrines. India's missile development program is a testament to its long-term strategic vision, primarily aimed at deterring both Pakistan and increasingly China. The nation has invested heavily in creating a diverse and technologically advanced range of missile systems. A cornerstone of this arsenal is the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile, a joint venture with Russia. Widely regarded as the fastest operational cruise missile in the world, the BrahMos can be launched from land, air, sea and even submarine platforms, offering incredible tactical flexibility. Its sheer speed makes it exceptionally difficult to intercept, providing India with a significant offensive edge and a credible first strike or retaliatory capability against time-sensitive targets. Beyond cruise missiles, India has made substantial strides in its ballistic missile capabilities. The Agni series, particularly the newer Agni-P Prime, represents a leap in this domain. The Agni-P is a canisterized, road-mobile, 2-stage, solid-fueled ballistic missile designed for nuclear delivery, offering enhanced maneuverability and survivability. Furthermore, India is one of only 7 nations possessing intercontinental ballistic missile (ICBM) technology, with missiles like the Agni-Phi capable of reaching deep into Chinese territory. This demonstrates India's ambition to project power and maintain a robust deterrent across a wider strategic theatre, significantly altering the regional balance of power. The technological sophistication extends to the guidance and accuracy of these systems. Indian engineers have focused on developing missiles with high precision, capable of hitting targets with minimal collateral damage when desired. or maximizing impact on designated military objectives. This includes advancements in terminal guidance systems and maneuverable re-entry vehicles, MARVs, which enhance the missile's ability to evade enemy defenses. The continuous development and testing of these systems, such as the multiple missile launches observed in recent years, underscore India's commitment to refining and expanding its offensive capabilities, ensuring its arsenal remains at the cutting edge of missile technology. Moreover, India is actively co-developing next-generation systems, including ship and submarine-launched missiles, again often in partnership with Russia. This focus on sea-based deterrence adds another layer to India's nuclear triad and conventional strike options, making its missile forces more resilient and harder to neutralize. The BrahMos 2, a hypersonic successor to the BrahMos, is also reportedly under development, promising even greater speeds and invulnerability. This relentless pursuit of technological superiority in missile systems signifies India's intent to maintain a decisive edge in any potential conflict, ensuring its ability to respond effectively to any threat. Pakistan's missile program, while formidable, has historically developed in response to India's advancements and perceived threats. Its arsenal primarily consists of mobile short and medium-range ballistic missiles, SRBMs and MRBMs, designed with the strategic depth of India in mind. These missiles provide Pakistan with the capability to target key strategic locations across its eastern border. The Shaheen series, for instance, forms a critical part of this deterrent, developed with significant technical assistance from China. The Shaheen missiles, including Shaheen-I, Shaheen-2, and the longer-range Shaheen-3, offer varying ranges and payload capacities, ensuring a credible retaliatory strike capability. A key characteristic of Pakistan's missile strategy is its emphasis on mobile launch platforms. This approach enhances the survivability of its missile forces by making them harder to detect and target in a preemptive strike. By dispersing its assets and maintaining the ability to launch from undisclosed locations, Pakistan aims to ensure that a second strike capability remains intact, a crucial element of its nuclear deterrence posture. This focus on mobility compensates to some extent for the quantitative and qualitative advantages held by India in other areas of military strength. China's role in this development has been pivotal, providing not just hardware but also crucial technical expertise and technological transfers. Unlike India, Pakistan has not pursued intercontinental ballistic missile ICBM technology. Its strategic focus remains largely regional, concentrated on maintaining a credible deterrent against India. This is reflected in the ranges of its primary missile systems, which are sufficient to cover most, if not all, of Indian territory. While not matching the global reach of India's Agni-5, Pakistan's missiles like the Gauri and Ababil, which is claimed to be a MIRV-capable missile, are designed to ensure that any aggression would be met with a devastating response, thereby maintaining a delicate strategic balance through mutual vulnerability. This focus ensures that its resources are concentrated on what it deems its most pressing security challenge. Despite these capabilities, Pakistan's missile systems are generally considered to be a generation behind India's in terms of overall technological sophistication, particularly concerning advanced cruise missiles and missile defense. While potent and capable of inflicting significant damage, they may lack the advanced guidance, speed and stealth characteristics seen in some of India's newer systems, such as the BrahMos. The reliance on external assistance, primarily from China, also highlights a difference in indigenous development capacity compared to India's more diversified and self-reliant approach to missile technology, though this partnership has undeniably accelerated Pakistan's capabilities significantly. India has invested significantly in developing a multi-layered ballistic missile defense (BMD) system, a critical component of its strategy to counter missile threats from both Pakistan and China. This system is designed to provide a robust shield against incoming ballistic missiles. It comprises two main tiers: the Prithvi Air Defense (PAD) system for high-altitude exo-atmospheric interception, designed to engage threats at altitudes up to 80 kilometers, and the Advanced Air Defense AAD system, also known as Ashwin, for lower-altitude endo-atmospheric interception, capable of neutralizing missiles at altitudes of up to 30 kilometers. This layered approach increases the probability of a successful intercept. The combination of PAD and AAD systems provides India with the theoretical capability to intercept ballistic missiles launched from ranges of up to 5,000 kilometers. This comprehensive coverage is further augmented by the recent induction of advanced air defense systems like the Russian S-400 Triumph. The S-400 is a highly capable long-range surface-to-air missile system renowned for its ability to track and engage a wide variety of aerial targets, including stealth aircraft, cruise missiles, and ballistic missiles at extended ranges. India has also deployed the Barak 8 system, co-developed with Israel, which provides medium-range air and missile defense, particularly for naval assets and critical land-based installations. In contrast, Pakistan's missile defense capabilities, while improving, are not as extensive or technologically advanced as India's. Pakistan operates systems like the Chinese-origin HQ-9P, which reportedly has a range of around 125 kilometers, and the LY-80, also known as HQ-16, and its extended variant LI-80EV, with engagement ranges up to 70 kilometers. These systems provide a degree of protection against certain aerial threats, including some types of ballistic and cruise missiles. However, questions have been raised about their effectiveness against India's more sophisticated and faster missiles, such as the BrahMos, which presents a challenging target for many contemporary air defense systems due to its speed and low-altitude flight profile. The disparity in missile defense highlights a significant strategic asymmetry. India's more mature and layered BMD shield, coupled with advanced long-range air defense systems, provides it with a greater degree of protection and consequently more strategic flexibility. While Pakistan is undoubtedly working to enhance its defensive capabilities, likely with continued assistance from China, closing this gap will require substantial investment and time. The current state of affairs suggests India possesses a more resilient defense against missile attacks, which in turn strengthens its overall deterrent posture and ability to manage escalation in a crisis scenario. Section 5. The sinews of war budgets, boots, and overall military posture. The disparity in missile capabilities between India and Pakistan is reflective of broader differences in their overall military strength, underpinned by significant variations in defense spending and personnel. According to Global Firepower's 2025 rankings, India possesses the world's fourth strongest military, a formidable force by any measure. In contrast, Pakistan is ranked 12th, still a considerable military power, but operating with fewer resources. This difference in ranking is a composite of various factors, including manpower, equipment, financial resources, and logistical capabilities, all of which contribute to a nation's ability to project power and sustain conflict. In terms of financial commitment, India's defense budget significantly outstrips Pakistan's. For the year 2024, India was the world's fifth largest military spender, allocating a substantial $86 billion, which constituted 2.3% of its gross domestic product, or GDP. Pakistan, during the same period, spent $10.2 billion on defense, representing a slightly higher percentage of its GDP at 2.7%, indicating a heavy defense burden relative to its economic size. This vast difference in absolute spending allows India to invest more heavily in research and development, procurement of advanced weaponry, and modernization of its forces, including its sophisticated missile programs. The human element also presents a stark contrast. India's total military personnel stands at an impressive 5,137,550, including active, reserve, and paramilitary forces. This is nearly 3 times Pakistan's total military personnel, which numbers 1,704,000. Neither country employs mandatory conscription, relying instead on voluntary service. This larger pool of personnel provides India with greater capacity for sustained operations and a larger base from which to draw specialized skills required for maintaining and operating complex systems like advanced missile platforms and defense networks. This numerical superiority in manpower is a significant asset in any conventional military calculation. These figures extend to conventional forces as well. India operates a larger air force with 2,229 military aircraft compared to Pakistan's 1,399. In terms of armored warfare, India possesses 3,151 combat tanks, while Pakistan fields 1,839. The naval domain also shows an Indian advantage, with 293 naval assets to protect its extensive 6,100-kilometer mainland coastline, compared to Pakistan's 121 naval assets for its 1,046-kilometer coastline. This overall quantitative superiority, combined with a significantly larger defense budget, allows India to pursue a more ambitious modernization and expansion of its missile capabilities, further widening the gap with Pakistan. Section 6. Technological prowess, India's edge in indigenous development and advanced systems. India's journey in missile technology is not a recent phenomenon. It boasts a rich history that can be traced back to early rocketry in the 18th century. Post-independence, despite numerous challenges and technology denial regimes, India embarked on a determined path to develop a wide range of indigenous missile technologies. The Integrated Guided Missile Development Program, initiated in the 1980s, laid the foundation for many of the systems currently in India's arsenal, including the Prithvi, Agni, Trishul, Nag, and Akash missiles. This long-standing commitment to self-reliance has fostered a robust domestic defense industrial base and a deep pool of scientific talent. This emphasis on indigenous development has culminated in highly advanced systems like the Agni-P ballistic missile and the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile. The Agni-P, with its canisterization, solid fuel propulsion and advanced guidance, showcases India's ability to design and produce cutting-edge ballistic missile technology. Similarly, the BrahMos, while a joint venture, has seen significant Indian contribution and is a world leader in its class. India's capability to design, develop, test and deploy such sophisticated systems domestically reduces its reliance on foreign suppliers for critical defense technologies and allows for customization according to its specific strategic requirements, giving it a distinct advantage. Furthermore, India is one of a handful of nations to have mastered intercontinental ballistic missile technology, exemplified by the Agni-V missile, which has a range exceeding 5,000 kilometers. This capability places India in an elite club and significantly enhances its strategic deterrence, particularly against larger adversaries like China. The development of multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicle technology for its missiles is another area where India is reportedly making progress, which would further enhance the potency and survivability of its nuclear deterrent by allowing a single missile to carry multiple warheads capable of engaging different targets. In contrast, while Pakistan has developed a credible missile arsenal, its programs have relied more heavily on external assistance, predominantly from China and, in earlier years, North Korea. Systems like the Shaheen and Gauri series have benefited significantly from Chinese technological input. While this has enabled Pakistan to rapidly acquire certain capabilities, it also implies a degree of dependence and potentially less indigenous capacity for fundamental research and development of next-generation systems compared to India. India's broader and deeper indigenous technological base provides greater flexibility and potential for future innovations in the missile domain. Section 7. The Global Arms Bazaar Import Dependencies and Strategic Partnerships. The acquisition of advanced military technology, including missile systems and their components, is heavily influenced by international arms markets and strategic partnerships. Both India and Pakistan are significant players in this arena, though their primary suppliers and import strategies differ. Between 2020 and 2024, India held the distinction of being the world's second-largest arms importer, accounting for 8.3% of global imports. This reflects its ongoing efforts to modernize its vast military and acquire cutting-edge capabilities to address its complex security environment. Russia has historically been India's majority supplier, providing approximately 36% of its arms imports in this period. However, India is actively diversifying its procurement sources to reduce dependency on any single nation and to access the best available technology globally. This strategic shift has seen increased arms purchases from countries like France, from whom India acquired the Rafale fighter jets, Israel, a key partner for missile and sensor technology like the Barak 8, and the United States. This diversification not only provides India with a wider array of technological options, but also strengthens its diplomatic and strategic ties with these supplier nations, creating a network of defense partnerships that can be leveraged for technological co-development and support. Pakistan, on the other hand, was the fifth largest arms importer globally between 2020 and 2024, with its imports showing a significant increase of 61% when compared to the 2015 to 2019 period. This surge underscores Pakistan's efforts to keep pace with regional military modernization. Unlike India's diversified approach, Pakistan's arms imports are overwhelmingly dominated by a single supplier, China. In the 2020 to 2024 timeframe, China accounted for a staggering 81% of Pakistan's arms imports. This deep reliance on Beijing for military hardware, including fighter aircraft, naval vessels and missile technology, highlights a very close strategic alignment between the two countries. This difference in import strategies has several implications. India's diversification reduces its vulnerability to geopolitical shifts affecting a single supplier and allows it to cherry-pick advanced technologies from various sources. It also fosters a more competitive environment for suppliers, potentially leading to better terms and technology transfer agreements. Pakistan's heavy reliance on China, while ensuring a steady supply of relatively affordable equipment and strong political backing, could limit its access to a broader range of Western technologies and potentially create long-term dependencies. Both nations, however, continue to invest in domestic production to lessen these import dependencies over time. Section 8. Dominance in delivery speed, reach, and platform diversity. When comparing the missile capabilities of India and Pakistan, crucial factors that determine strategic advantage include the speed of the missiles, their operational reach, and the diversity of platforms from which they can be launched. India demonstrates a clear edge in these aspects. The BrahMos cruise missile, co-developed with Russia, is a prime example. Its supersonic speed, reaching up to Mach 2.8, makes it exceptionally difficult for existing air defense systems to intercept effectively. This speed compresses the reaction time for adversaries, providing India with a significant tactical and strategic advantage in delivering conventional or potentially nuclear payloads swiftly and decisively. In terms of reach, India's missile arsenal covers a broader spectrum. While Pakistan's ballistic missiles, such as the Shaheen and Gauri series, are capable of targeting most of India, India's Agni series, particularly the Agni V ICBM, extends its reach far beyond the subcontinent, covering all of Pakistan and significant parts of Asia, including major Chinese urban and industrial centers. This intercontinental capability fundamentally alters the strategic equation, providing India with a deterrent against larger powers and a more credible second strike option. The development of longer-range submarine-launched ballistic missiles like the K-4 further enhances this reach and survivability. Platform diversity is another area where India holds an advantage. Indian missiles can be launched from a variety of platforms: land-based mobile launchers, air-launched platforms, ship-launched systems, and submarine-launched ballistic and cruise missiles. This triad of delivery systems ensures greater operational flexibility and a more resilient deterrent, as it is significantly harder for an adversary to neutralize all launch options simultaneously. The Indian Air Force's advanced combat aircraft, like the Su-30 MKI and Rafale, serve as potent delivery vehicles for air-launched missiles, further enhancing this diversity. Pakistan, while possessing mobile land-based launchers for its ballistic missiles and some air-launched cruise missiles like the Ra'ad, does not yet match India's comprehensive land, air, and sea-based launch capabilities, particularly in the submarine-launched domain. While its nuclear-capable Babur cruise missile offers some versatility, the overall diversity and technological sophistication of India's delivery platforms are more advanced. This superiority in speed, reach, and platform diversity translates into a greater ability for India to project power, respond to threats from multiple vectors, and maintain a robust and survivable deterrent posture across the spectrum of conflict. Section 9. Strategic Calculus. India's prevailing advantage in the missile domain. In the complex and often perilous strategic landscape of South Asia, Missile capabilities form a critical pillar of national security for both India and Pakistan. A comparative analysis of their respective arsenals, technological advancements, defense systems, and supporting infrastructure reveals a discernible strategic advantage in favor of India. This advantage is not predicated on a single factor, but rather on a confluence of elements, including superior technological sophistication, greater diversity in missile types and launch platforms, a more robust and layered missile defense system, and a significantly larger economic and industrial base to support sustained development and deployment. India's investment in advanced missile technologies, exemplified by the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile and the Agni series of ballistic missiles, including the Agni-P and the ICBM-class Agni-V, provides it with capabilities that Pakistan currently does not match in terms of speed, reach, and in some cases, precision. The BrahMos, being the fastest operational cruise missile, poses a unique challenge to air defenses, while the Agni-V grants India strategic reach far beyond its immediate neighborhood. Furthermore, India's development of a credible multi-layered ballistic missile defense system, incorporating both indigenous interceptors and acquired systems like the S-400, offers a higher degree of protection against missile attacks. While Pakistan possesses a potent nuclear deterrent and a range of short and medium-range ballistic missiles capable of striking deep within India, its missile program, often reliant on Chinese assistance, trails India in terms of indigenous innovation and overall technological breadth. Pakistan's missile defense systems are also less comprehensive than India's. The significant disparity in defense budgets, India spent $86 billion in 2024 compared to Pakistan's $10.2 billion, further enables India to invest more heavily in research, development, and acquisition of next-generation missile technologies, thus widening the existing gap over time. Therefore, while both nations possess the capability to inflict unacceptable damage upon each other, ensuring a state of mutual deterrence, India's missile strength, speed, technological advancements, and more resilient defense architecture provide it with a clearer strategic advantage in the missile domain. This edge contributes to India's overall military superiority, as reflected in its 4th global military ranking compared to Pakistan's 12th. The recent missile exchanges in May 2025, initiated by India's Operation Sindoor, albeit limited, subtly underscored this asymmetry and India's willingness to leverage its conventional missile superiority in response to perceived threats.